The journal review that had been chosen are the Worldwide Employee Engagement Crisis. Every company has employees. Employees are one of the most important elements in a company. It can influence the company's image and performance, especially for corporate business companies. Good workers can lead to the best achievement in a company. Likewise, bad employees can give a huge effect on the company. To produce a good quality worker, good engagement between workers and employer is a must in every single thing. But over a decade, the world has had an employee engagement crisis. This paper will describe the factors that numbers are not moving by years, the reason why measuring engagement is not sufficient, and explain 5 proven strategies that can improve employee engagement. The theory that had been chosen regarding this issue are self-determination theory. Firstly, autonomous regulation. Autonomous regulation are the combination of intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is doing an activity for enjoyment. Meanwhile, extrinsic motivation are doing an activity for instrumental reason. To get the feelings of joy and compliance from the workers, employers need to know their interests. So, it is easier for employers to set the person in charge for a certain department and the rules for employees to follow it. Secondly, the Aon Hewitt model. The model states that engagement is a mental state and behavior result from better education of the company. It comes to the role of the leader who should explain detail about the organization to the employee to increase their interest. So with that, employees will have the feeling to stay and have a place to be part of the organization, and that will encourage the employees to work harder. This is one effective way to make employees stay engaged with the company and will increase the company's performance. Next, the factors that influence employee engagement stay at a stagnant level is technology. Technology has an engagement program which makes it easier for companies to get an employee survey, but the system is not going to make any change, not to mention the increasing of employee performance. Also, the engagement is not sufficient because it only defines the survey of the employee dissatisfaction percentage instead of a strong involvement, commitment, and enthusiasm by the employee. This suggests that integrating engagement into the company's human capital strategy is one of the best ways to improve employee engagement by the author. It is proven when high-growth companies have a clear purpose behind their strategy for engaging employees. Many different factors can lead to stagnant levels of engagement. The main factor is schedule inflexibility. Forcing your staff to work long time shift and having them to work a lot of tasks in certain times can lead to high stress level. By this factor, we can relate with power and routine in the cultural web in chapter 4, culture in the entrepreneurial organization. For this point, the employer surely has the power in the organization and he can set the rules and routine for his employee. By doing this, employee engagement will increase in that company. Insufficient training in organization is also one of the factors that engagement of employees remains unchanged. Training is the most important to employees because with that they can upgrade their skill. Without training, their skill will remain the same. This factor is related with empowers people to change and make time for learning in cultures and learning part in chapter 4. There are 2 types of enhanced learning for employees that will make employees love to learn new things. It is strongly recommended rather than requiring your employees to figure out their jobs independently. The employer can ask each employee to tell what they are struggling with. It is often more effective to bring in human resource department consulting service or development programs and training sessions to get them on track for success. As a result, a company's performance will increase when they have high involvement by employees in the organization. Last but not least, an organization should know their goals for the current situation and their future missions to be achieved. The employer should give an explanation about their objective, vision, and mission of their company to employees. With that, it will increase the motivation in employees to stay engaged with their work. It is correlated with the motivation topic in chapter 5. Structure in the entrepreneurial organization, which is state purpose, Autonomy and mastery will bring motivation and high cognitive skill in employees. The main weakness we have found in this journal is that the data provided is not satisfactory, which is, it does not have the detail about the importance of employee engagement in organization. It is clearly important for the employee to know the importance of employee engagement, so he will be more concerned about the results needed by that engagement. Therefore, it is strongly recommended to put those input in this journal, which is job and organizational engagement, organizational commitment, intention to quit, and organizational citizenship behavior. Employees' engagement is a significant factor which plays a vital role for sustaining in a competitive environment to achieve organizational success. For these facts, the author needs to analyze and state the information to the reader, even if it is given by points without long explanation.